Aloha! Welcome back to the Anxiety Coaches Podcast. I'm your host and coach, Gina Ryan, and I'm so happy to be with you again today as we consider the many ways to bring your mind and body back to its natural peace and calm. In today's episode, we're exploring something wonderfully simple, humming. Yes, humming, that small, natural sound that you may remember your parents or grandparents or maybe neighbors doing while they were working or cooking or even just thinking and puttering around. It turns out that humming isn't just a habit. It's one of nature's built-in natural ways to calm the nervous system, to support vagal tone, and to bring the body into the parasympathetic rest and digest state. We'll look at why humming works today and how it compares to chanting, another thing I'm quite fond of, and simple ways that you can use humming to ease your anxiety, to improve your focus, and to bring peace back into your day. As Krishna Das says, chanting or humming awakens the heart. The vibration connects us with something larger than thought. And if you're not familiar with Krishna Das and you wanted to hear some beautiful chanting, you could look him up on YouTube. Lots of free stuff for you to listen to there, Krishna Das. And he's absolutely right. Chanting or humming does awaken the heart, and the vibration connects us with something larger than thought. And isn't that what we get hung up on often when we are anxious? Thought. So let's talk about first why humming helps. When we hum, we are doing several beneficial things all at once. First off, we're activating the vagus nerve. The vibration from humming stimulates the vagus nerve, and that's the key nerve in our parasympathetic nervous system. This nerve connects the brain to the heart, to the lungs, and the gut. And gentle stimulation through vibration, through sound or breath, which we talk about breath here all the time, helps to signal safety to our body, which in turn calms our mind. Humming can slow the breath naturally. Humming naturally lengthens the exhalation. And as we know, the exhale is the calming side of the breath cycle. A longer exhale, which I am always asking you to do. I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but a longer exhale helps to release tension, slow the heart rate, and quiet the mind. Well, humming can also increase nitric oxide. Research from Sweden at Lund University found that humming increases the production of nitric oxide in the nasal passages up to 15 times more than quiet breathing. So this is even above and beyond our quiet breathing. This nitric oxide helps with circulation, immunity, and oxygen exchange, which supports the whole body in feeling balanced and alive. Now, there are lots of ways that you can increase your nitric oxide, but none of them could be as simple as humming. And another way that humming can help you is by soothing mental activity. When you hum, the mind tends to settle. It's almost impossible to worry and hum at the same time. The sound occupies the thinking mind and anchors your awareness in the body. It's a gentle form of mindfulness in motion. So, what are we going to do in our everyday life, right, with humming? Let's bring this into a daily practice. You don't need to set aside special time, although you can if you wanted to actually focus on your humming. But you can try humming while you're doing chores, when you're driving or walking, while waiting in line, before you go to sleep, or anytime you feel anxious or restless. You could even pair your humming with your breathing practice. You could do the following. You could take a gentle inhale through the nose and exhale with a hum, a low, steady tone that feels comfortable in your chest and your throat. I want you to be able to feel the vibration in your body. Notice how the hum naturally lengthens your exhale, and you know I'm loving that. And repeat this for 1 or 2 minutes, and then rest in silence and just observe how you feel. You know, this simple act can shift your physiology toward calm in under a minute. How beautiful is that? Now, humming and chanting, there is a bit of a connection here. Humming is actually a part of a larger tradition of sound-based healing, which includes chanting, toning, and mantra. While chanting may feel unfamiliar to some, the effects are very, very similar. Whether it's the Om in yoga, the Amen in prayer, or the Hu sound in certain meditative traditions, each of these carries vibration, resonance, and intention. When we chant, we not only vibrate the vocal cords, but we also entrain the heart and brain rhythms. Studies show that chanting slows the brain waves into the alpha and theta range, the same range we reach in deep meditation. You might try combining the two. Start with humming to relax the body, and then move into a soft chant of a word or a mantra that brings you peace, such as peace, calm, or the word love. As Eknath Eswaran taught, the repetition of sacred words draws the mind to stillness. Whether that repetition is silent or vocal, it has the power to transform restlessness into presence. Let's do a short guided practice together. Just try it together. Why not? Right? If you're driving, please listen and join us in later when you can concentrate more fully. So sit comfortably if you can, and close your eyes if you are in a safe place and wish to do that. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. And gently, with a soft hum, exhale. Feel the vibration in your chest as you do that. You can also feel it in your lips and even in your face. So inhale again, slow and easy, and then exhale, hum again, maybe even a little longer this time as you're getting used to it. Let your hum be kind, not forced. Feel how your body begins to settle. After a few rounds, you can rest in silence. Notice the after feeling, the stillness, the gentle warmth. This is your nervous system finding balance again. And you can hum like this anytime. Before bed, before a meeting, or when your mind feels tight and busy. It's always available, always kind, always grounding. Now, you're probably wondering, should you use a word or should you hum a song? I say you begin wherever it feels most comfortable. Maybe you want to start with just a hum, the just the M sound, right? The hum. It's interesting that that's the word, right? H-U-M, hum. I know it probably seems funny for you to hear me do that, but I think humming and chanting are wonderful and miraculous, actually, in how they can shift us in our nervous system. It's so simple. It's free. You don't have to learn how to do it. You naturally know how to do this. Humming and chanting remind us that healing doesn't always require effort. We don't have to buy something new, set aside hours, make appointments. Sometimes it's about returning to something that we already intrinsically know. So I want you to practice this at home. And if you feel like you could use a little calm, remember that this simple sound carries deep wisdom. It's your body's way of saying, I am safe. I am here. We can rest now. So if you haven't used humming before, you may start to use it and realize, oh, I think I have been doing this without even knowing what I was doing. When you bring it up now consciously, I think you may even begin to feel like, oh, I do this unconsciously when I do XYZ. And I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, lots of people hummed. I remember neighbors humming as they were working. You know, my father would hum sometimes, which I can remember, but it was the time I remember definitely was he was putting up wallpaper in a kitchen, and he was very musical, but he never really sang or anything. So it was something that I remember to hear the hum. And like I said, when I was really little, I remember neighbors and people of all sorts humming. And we want to remember that the repetition of sacred words can be brought into this hum by using words like Om or Amen, or your prayer can be done as a hum. You know, when you think about it, all of the religious traditions, they are singing. They are using the word singing now, but they have been chanting in the past. And I think we have forgotten some of these things. So just remember how simple the practice is. Just sitting, bring yourself into doing it consciously first. And then over time, you will find yourself unconsciously humming when your nervous system wants to be calmed down. You close your eyes as you're beginning to practice consciously and be comfortable, and just inhale through your nose and exhale with that soft hum. And let that sound vibrate. That inner vibration is like, you know, we talk about laughter as being like inner jogging. It's really good for everything inside of you. And humming comes very close to inner jogging for your nervous system. It is working it. It is giving it energy. You are beginning to feel how alive that part of you is. And I know I mentioned Krishna Das earlier. I knew him on Maui, and I saw him perform in New York at Omega Institute, and he was very close with Ram Dass when Ram Dass was alive. And if you've never heard his music, his kirtans, or his chanting, look it up online. I think it will stimulate something inside of you of like, oh, there are so many different sounds in the world that we are not familiar with on our day-to-day life. And remember, this is something that you can bring up for yourself at any time. Like I mentioned earlier, before a meeting or when you're out for a walk. Why not bring that into your walk? So, you know, I'd like to offer you the challenge, if you will, to take 7 days and give yourself a challenge to hum once or twice a day for 1 or 2 minutes, maybe in the morning or before bed, whenever you feel anxious, and just notice how you feel on these 7 days that you're doing this consciously on purpose. And write down in your journal, what did you notice in your body or your breath? What changed? Did your mood or focus shift at all afterwards? This simple sound practice can truly become a touchstone of calm throughout your day. So remember, after your humming time, write down in your journal, how do I feel in my body right now? What changes do I notice after humming? And did I feel any resistance to the sound or to the stillness? And if you feel to, after you've tried this for 7 days in a row, feel free to send me an email, anxietycoachespodcast@gmail.com, and let me know how that felt for you. I would love to hear how it feels for you. And if you'd like to explore deeper sound-based practices, you can find, like I said, start with someone like Krishna Das online, or you can look up chanting or humming online and see what other sounds may be appealing to you. But you can do this. It's easy. It's not going to cost you a penny, and you don't even have to set special time aside. I'm so glad that you spent a few minutes with me today, and you will pardon my hum. I don't know how that will come across on the recording, but I do not hold back on humming here at home. It's part of who I am, and I hope you will make it part of who you are. And now for today's quote. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's from Nikola Tesla. I'll be back in a few more days with another podcast. Until then, be well and aloha.